when you a young man trying to become a trooper, you watching every video you can.
Damn right.
You going to every street speaking that you can, muster up the gas money to get to.
Right.
You going to every feast day. You watching every General Hyman video,
right.
every cross the line video, every they don't got let a Hebrew speak. They turn across the line. They don't. Some of them don't know let a Hebrew speak. They don't know that used to be the name of the show.
Right.
Every grill. Y'all watching everything. And so you've heard these or you hear these all the time, but everybody doesn't. Everybody don't hear these scriptures, and that's something that I had to learn even a couple of months ago when I first became an officer, and Captain I.S.U.P.K had to pull me to the side and tell me, hey, I know you want to get to the other scriptures, but you can't think about yourself when it comes to this. There's people who haven't heard these scriptures.
That's right.
There's people who haven't got these breakdowns of these scriptures. So just because you have multiple times doesn't mean everybody else has.
Right.
And that's such a unselfish way of thinking. And that's why I love the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
It don't matter how big or how small the checking that you might be, the checking that you might get is, you still need that checking.
That's right.
You need that checking. And I needed that. And I always thank him for that, because ever since then, that's how I've always thought about it. So we're going to go over these quote unquote milk scriptures because we need this. Go ahead.
You got a sister say, I've watched a few different classes, and I must be honest, very confused.
Very confused. Hey, I definitely understand, sis.
We'll help her today.
Yeah, we definitely going to help you today. I'm going to break these. I'm telling you, these are milk scriptures. So these are scriptures to walk you into this truth, especially with the I.S.U.P.K. Every other fake Israelite group steals these scriptures and starts making up their own doctrine. We're going to break it down to you real nice and easy. And today we're going to get into why and where the Most High told Israel as a nation that we are supposed to be listening to him and what he tells us to do. So let's get into, you got that for me, brother? Go ahead and read that for me nice and loud.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses with the elders of Israel.
And Moses with the elders of Israel, keep going.
Commanded the people.
Commanded the people. So this is everybody in Israel. We getting told we're getting told what is about to be said. So if this is important, if this wasn't important, he wouldn't be getting told to everybody, and especially by Moses and all the elders.
Right.
You understand? This is something very important. Keep going.
Right.
Saying, keep all the commandments.
Keep all the commandments. Keep going.
Which I command you this day.
Which I command you this day. Keep going.
Second verse. And it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over Jordan unto the land which the Lord thy Most High giveth thee, that thou shalt set thee up great stones.
So so as soon as he says, y'all got to listen to what I'm saying right now, listen to these commands. He's automatically going to start giving you commands, and guess what you got to do when he gives them commands? You got to do them.
That's right.
So when he says don't eat bat, don't do it.
Right.
Or you're going to get, the coronavirus is going to all of a sudden pop up out of nowhere.
Right.
And this is what happens. When he says don't eat pork, don't do it. Or all of a sudden, you're going to have you, your mama, and your grandma all are going to have high blood pressure and clogged arteries.
Right.
And like every time you go outside and start running, you trying to figure out, well, why every time I move, my bones is cracking and aching, and I'm only 30. I don't know what's going on. It's because pork destroys your joints.
That's right.
Other than your heart, it destroys your joints. Like these are facts. They put toxins in your body, and they put worms in your body, and they specifically. Can anybody tell me? Take a wild guess. Who leads America in arthritis? Yo, man.
Blacks. So-called blacks.
You damn right.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, specifically the tribe of Judah. Now, there's a reason for that, because pork has been directly linked to arthritis. I had a grandfather who, y'all know I always use real life situations for me. That's what works with me when I'm trying to explain something. I don't know. That's just how I am. But I had a grandfather, my father's father, who I looked just like him, built just like him, everything. And he ate pork his whole life. And by the time he got to his 70s, he was in a wheelchair, couldn't do for himself. He had what is it? Rheumatoid arthritis. And when I tell you, he couldn't barely use his hands. Y'all seen people that have arthritis and their hands are stuck like this. Right. His hands were stuck like that. And I remember I was 4 when he died. I remember him laying in the bed and not being able to do anything for himself, and them having to lift him up and change his diaper. I don't want to live a life like that just because I want to eat something the Lord said don't eat. Right. I don't want to do that.
That's right.
And he was a brick mason. He built, this is no lie, he helped build half of the town that I grew up in. He built the church that he was preaching in. That's how talented of a man he was. But he was eating so much abominable things, his body broke down by the time he got in his 60s. That's not what you want.
Right.
You know, the commandments, the law leads you to life. Anything outside of that leads you straight to death.
Right.
And it did for him. And now I'm the only grandchild of his that didn't really ever get to know him. Ever got to know him. And I look most like him than any other kid. And you know what I'm saying? So that's what living that type of life, it leads you to death. It leads you to being crippled. It leads you to being lame, main. It leads you to any and all things that you can think of that you don't want to happen in your life. That's what it leads you to. And that's why I hate the term YOLO. That's why I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Because you only live once. No, you don't. We in the I.S.U.P.K know, according to the scriptures, you don't live once. You die, you go to the Most High, get judged, and then you come back to life in a new vessel, and you have to live out your judgment.
Right. That's right.
And then what you do in this life determines how you live in the next life.
Right.
And then in the next life.
Right.
And it keeps going because that's the cycle. So he gonna rise again.
That's right.
And I pray when he rises again, I get to see him that time.
Yeah, right on.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want any of Israel to have to suffer like that just because you want to eat pork. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it. It's really not. All right, same thing with shrimp. Shrimp has been proven to be a ball of cholesterol. So you are literally clogging your arteries.
Right.
Shrimp cleans the ocean. Crab cleans the ocean. You're eating garbage. You're literally eating the ocean's garbage and feces is when you eat those things. Right. I don't care how much you get the shrimp and clean the little black line at the top. You still, the shrimp is built off of eating, fish boo-boo.
That's right.
So that's what you're eating. It's just like, they say you are what you eat.
Right.
So you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Go to chapter 28, verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And sidebar, I'm a personal trainer. I actually just picked up another client, even though I did not want to. He pretty much persuaded me into it. And it's only because I love him and I know he needs it. And of course, I put him on the Levitical law of eating as his diet. So he can't eat pork.
Damn right.
Right now.
Most High Christ.
You know what I'm saying? He cannot eat pork. He cannot eat shrimp. He cannot eat crab. He cannot eat lobster. And he's following the regimen, and he feels better than he's ever felt.
Most High Christ.
You know what I'm saying? His body's changing. His immune system is growing stronger. He feels better. He's able to do, in 2 weeks, he's able to do more burpees and push-ups and everything else than he was ever able to do. Like, just listen to the Lord and you'll be fine, man. It's not, and the law is not hard. Does anybody honestly think that the law is hard? I know there's certain things some men lust over women more than others. A lot of times because you have scientifically speaking, it's because you have a high testosterone. So you might always, want something. You got to control that. That might be the demon that you got to fight. You know what I'm saying? That might be what you just got to fight as a person, but you still got to fight that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The scriptures show you that it was prophets, even Christ, they all fought the same temptations that we fight. And they if they can conquer them, we can conquer them.
Right.
Why can't we? If we couldn't, Christ wouldn't have told us to be perfect like our Father in heaven.
Right.
If you can be perfect, then be perfect. That's all we're trying to do here. You got that for me, brother?
Con.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
If thou shalt hearken diligently. Somebody give me the definition of diligently. Of diligent. Being diligent. Shout out to Trooper Baez for getting his name last week. Over there looking like he is about to go to war.
Damn right.
Y'all can't see him, but this man got a new headband, new wristbands, looking like he's about to block a sword with them things.
Damn right. Most High Christ.
Man, y'all understand? I seen this man from the first day he came into the truth. I couldn't be more proud.
Damn right. Damn right.
Let me scratch that. We couldn't be more proud. We couldn't be more proud.
Damn
Seeing
right.
him go from a young man, now a trooper, and I damn say soon to be officer.
Ooh-wee. Most High Christ.
It's a beautiful thing to watch. Beautiful thing to watch. You got the definition for me?
Come.
Read that.
Diligent. Having or showing care.
Having or showing care. Keep going.
And conscientiousness.
And conscientiousness. Keep going.
In one's work or duties.
In one's work or duties. So in other words, treat this like it's important.
Damn right.
Treat it like it's important. Diligently. Start from the top from that verse.
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
I can got it.
God.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
If thou shalt hearken diligently, if you listen with care, with importance.
That's right.
Keep going.
Unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Most High, thy power.
Now, just think about this. This is a verse in the scriptures that's telling you to listen to this very carefully. Listen to this with care. Diligently is the word that it used. And you have your pastor telling you not to do these things. But this is a verse that's literally quoting what the Most High said to do, the Most High God of everything.
That's right.
And your pastor is telling you not to do these things. Read from the top. Read from the top.
Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass,
Right.
if thou shalt hearken diligently
Mm-hmm.
unto the voice of the Most High, thy power,
Unto the voice of the Most High thy power. Keep going.
to observe.
To what, you know, we going, you know, you to observe. Somebody look up the definition of observe. Because I understand, and I'm not picking on sister anything like that. I'm dead serious. Sister, I want to break down every part of these verses just to make it plain and simple, because I know when we come out of Christianity, we learn that they literally change the definition of words to fit their agenda.
Right.
So every single word that I feel like needs to be broken down, we're going to break it down. And diligently, we just broke it down. That means with care, with importance. Now we're going to break down. You got it? Go ahead.
Observe, notice, or perceive.
Notice or perceive. So he's saying to do what? Start at observe?
To observe.
Uh-huh.
And to do.
To observe and to do. We don't need to break down to do because we know what to do is.
Right.
It means to do it.
Right.
It means the actual action of it. What you observed is what you're going to do.
That's
so
right.
This is the Most High telling you through Moses and the high priest, the elders, that you are supposed to observe and to do.
That's right.
So you got an example. You can't say, well, I don't know how to do it. Ain't nobody ever show me how to do it. No, he said to observe and to do. So that means somebody was showing
Right.
how to do these laws. Keep going.
All his commandments.
All his commandments. So if you have to observe somebody doing, that means somebody's doing all of them. You understand?
Right.
So you can do all of them.
That's
This isn't
right.
something that's impossible. This isn't something that Christ brought and took away. So because it was so hard you couldn't do it. No, this is something that you have to do because you're observing it. Go ahead, young man. It's a little more. Oh, hey, we probably need to hear it. Go ahead.
Notice or perceive something and register it as being significant.
And ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
Boy, hey, I'm telling you, the truth about eyes, boy. Salakia, sir. there's a little bit more. You might want to hear this part. Read that again.
Notice or perceive something
Notice or perceive something. This is observed, by the way. Keep going.
and register it as being significant.
And register it as being significant.
Nice.
In other words, so we got two definitions of two different words that is used in this one small passage. Very small passage. We ain't even got through the full verse yet. And it's already like, this is some very important stuff I'm about to bring out. You might want to listen to it.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Keep going with the verse.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high.
That the Most High thy power will set thee, talking to Israel, on high.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Keep going. It's a little bit more after that, ain't it? Is it you? Yeah. Go ahead.
Above all.
Above who?
All.
Who?
All.
Who?
All.
Come on, man. All of who? Keep going.
Nations.
All nations? You kidding me? I thought we was all one.
Right.
So apparently the Most High don't think we all one. He's saying, nah, I'm about to set y'all above everybody.
That's right.
If you listen to this, I'm going to set you above everybody.
Right.
Because y'all supposed to be above everybody.
Right.
I picked y'all to be above everybody.
Right.
So y'all going to be above everybody.
Right.
If you listen.
Hard.
And we just don't do it. It's so simple and easy, and it makes it, and for some reason, we make it so hard. I'm a Judite. I know I'm hard-headed. I came into the truth because I was spiritually beat up.
Right.
I learned that I was spiritually beat up, and then I learned about the truth. Like I was like Captain Akkad. He said he got to the DC school. It felt like he crawled on the porch.
Ooh-wee.
I felt the same way when I went to the Winston-Salem class.
Damn right.
I felt like I crawled in. I had on my all black. I'm texting Officer Abraham, getting on his nerves. He don't know who the hell I am. You know, sir, does my shirt have to be 100% cotton? He like, you understand? And he texts me back, just go buy a black shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm telling you, I was so beat up, and I was just like, yeah, I need the truth. And luckily I found it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Luckily I found it. And luckily y'all found it. You know what I'm saying? And it's how the Most High made it. He made us to be in here. We, you know what I'm saying? We just back on the earth doing the same thing. Right. You know.
Right.
We so blessed to find the truth, man. And to be honest with you, just a sidebar, I'm telling y'all right now, these brothers in Charlotte are strong. These brothers are strong. They push through anything, any sickness, any illness, any gripe or complain, anything that the oppressor tries to put over them, they push through that and they make it to this class.
That's right.
And you, I mean, you can't ask for nothing other than that. But anyway, keep going.
That the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
On all nations of the earth. This ain't, you know, just anything. This ain't the nations that surround you. You know, this ain't just, you know, you above you and your friends at, you know, in the schoolyard. This is above all nations on the earth.
Right.
So above everybody, above, you know, the so-called Chinese, the so-called Japanese,
Damn right.
so-called East Indians who don't take baths, the so-called Africans, you know, the so-called Europeans who for some reason like to eat blood. I don't understand that. But it's just like, above everybody.
Right.
And if you look at any and everything that we do, we always, if we try, half the time we don't try and we better than everybody.
Right.
That's ain't that crazy? You hear about basketball players, like y'all remember when this is a perfect example. And I like using Allen Iverson as an example because a couple of years ago, my father had went through, once again, another life situation. My father had went through talking to different family members and stuff just to try to, because the way my family situation worked out, we just ended up in North Carolina. We're not from North Carolina. My great-grandfathers and great-great-grandfathers, they were slaves in Virginia. They came off the Virginia port. You know, we straight Judites. So the fact that we know that we were slaves in Virginia, that I like to try to see, like, who's from Virginia? Allen Iverson happens to be from Virginia.
Right.
Allen Iverson also happened to not practice basketball all the time.
Right.
A lot of times he didn't practice with the team, and it was a complaint from his teammates that a lot of times he didn't practice. But I mean, have you seen the man play? Did he look like he needed to practice? I mean, it's Allen Iverson. Everybody knows the name.
Right.
And he didn't practice? Go ahead.
It's like it, sir, if I could.
You can.
Allen Iverson is from Newport News, Virginia.
Right.
The same place as the quarterback who used to quarterback for the Saints named Aaron Brooks.
Right.
And Michael Vick.
Right.
And they both will tell you the best quarterback from Newport News was
Allen Iverson. Yeah, I watched a documentary on that. I actually saw some high school film on him. And he was a beast. He was a beast at football. Just like LeBron was a beast at football, apparently. I didn't know he was an All-American, football player and just decided to pick basketball.
Right.
Who knew? But, so, he didn't practice. Now, imagine if Allen Iverson practiced like Jordan, because they used to talk about how many hours Jordan put in the gym. They used to talk about how many hours Kobe Bryant put in the gym. Imagine Allen Iverson would have put all those hours into the gym.
Right.
That's just the type of people that the Most High made us.
That's
like,
right.
we're better than everybody else at everything.
Right.
We just are disobedient, stiff-necked, and hard-headed.
Right.
But we gonna learn. The Coronas is whooping us right now. We gonna learn. Keep going. Matter of fact, drop that. Go to 28 and 15. Let's get into the curses. That's what the class is about. We read what the Most High said was gonna happen. We read what the Most High told us to do these commandments. Now we're gonna start learning what's going to happen if we don't do it.
Right.
Let's just see what's gonna happen if we don't do it. If we don't do it, everything might not be all gravy. I mean, just look at us now. We in a country that's ruled by another people. We always complaining about the stuff that we've been complaining about for about 100 and some years now.
Right,
civil rights, equality.
Right.
The same. We complain about the same thing over and over again. No matter how comfortable we get, we always find ourselves as a people, Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, always end up having to complain and protest about the same thing. This is our land. Actually, niggas, no, it's not. This is our house. You can't just take my house. You can't just take over my street. You can't just come and patrol my street. You can't just do this. You can't just take me to jail for no reason with no probable cause. You can't just throw me up against the wall. You can't just come and choke me out and kill me in front of everybody for selling Lucy cigarettes.
God.
You understand? You can't just shoot me because I got a bag of Skittles and a Arizona tea on me.
Right.
But yet again, it still happens.
Right.
Right.
Keep going. And it's why, because we didn't listen. Keep going.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Akim got it?
God.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments.
To observe to do how many?
All.
How many?
All.
Just 2 or 3?
All.
5 or 6?
All.
9 or 10?
All.
We got to do all of them?
All.
Dang. Keep going.
All his commandments
Uh-huh.
and his statutes,
And his statutes. Keep going.
which I command thee this day,
Which I command thee this day. Keep going.
that all these curses,
Now, all these curses or some of them?
all,
Man, you sure?
all,
Man, come on now. You be a little harsh. How many?
all,
God.
Good.
All right, keep going. Yeesh.
that all these curses
Uh-huh.
shall come upon thee.
Man, we got curses that's gonna come if we don't listen to this. Yee. But that was our warning. Go ahead and go to verse 16. As a matter of fact, does everybody know what a curse is? Go ahead and look up the word curse for me. If you can, actually see if it's in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. I actually do have. Here you go. Yeah, look at that word curse for me. And the reason I want, like, once again, I want us, because you have to shake, you right, says all. You have to shake the Christianity off of these verses, especially a verse like this that Christianity does not go into. I knew there was a book called Deuteronomy. We never read anything out of Deuteronomy because we was always taught that in Christianity, it's all about the New Testament. The Old Testament is kind of there, just for a reference point, like, oh, this is what happened. This kind of led us up to the New Testament. Now you don't have to worry about all this stuff no more. Go ahead.
Salaki, if I may, my mom, she in the Christian church, and she told me about a month ago that a minister in their Christian church told them that he think they shouldn't study the Old Testament no more.
Ain't that something? You shouldn't study. You hear that? The Christian church, the ministers, the pastors, they say that you shouldn't study the Old Testament because you shouldn't learn from the prophets and the people of the Old Testament and learn how they messed up. You shouldn't learn none of that. Don't worry about that. And that's so evil. That is so evil. I'm telling you, that's so evil. You can't learn from your ancestors' mistakes when they didn't listen to the Most High and they had to go through hell over and over and over again. Captivity after captivity they had to go through. And that's so ridiculous. Go ahead with the did you get it?
Come.
Go ahead.
Curse.
Mm-hmm.
The reverse of to bless.
Who knew? Read that again.
The reverse of to bless.
The reverse of to bless. Of course a curse is a reverse of to bless. Of course. Like what? I mean, what else would it be? Keep going.
On the human level, to wish harm or catastrophe.
On a human level, to wish harm or catastrophe. Now, let me tell you something. Of course, we all know about, science and math and everything. We all know positive and negative energy, all this other stuff. So, of course, if he's saying, hey, I'm giving y'all the keys. I'm giving y'all the keys to life. I'm giving y'all the keys on how y'all going to be above everybody else. What would be the opposite of not doing that? Anybody know?
Curse.
A curse.
That's right.
I'm blessing y'all with you know how Nick it's like, you know how rap y'all, hey, look, I got a hard background. Y'all know how we be on the street and you might, oh yeah, he's spitting that though. I'm a hit him with this. I'm gonna bless him with this. If you're not gonna bless me with this knowledge, quote unquote knowledge, then what are you going to bless me? What are you doing? You're not blessing me if you're not going to tell me not to step in that manhole because I could fall through and break my leg. So what are you doing?
Curse. You
cursing me to fall into that hole. You seeing me walk into it and you like, no, I'm going to let him walk into it. I'm going to let him break his leg. But you supposed to love me? No. A good father will be like, hey, I'm telling you right now, you walk into that manhole, you're going to bust your leg wide open.
Right.
So what you want to do is walk this route, not this route. And instead of choosing the right hand, we choose the what? The left. Right. Instead of choosing the Lord's way, we choose our oppressor's way. We choose our enemy's way. And it leads us falling right into a hole and busting our leg wide open. And it's so hard. Keep going.
On the divine level.
On the divine level.
To impose judgment.
To impose what?
Judgment.
Who?
Judgment.
So it's judgment. When the Most High is cursing you, it's judgment.
Right.
Okay, you don't want to listen to what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen to you. All right. You don't want to not sleep with your brother's wife? All right. This is what's going to happen to you. You might end up dead.
That's right.
You might end up in prison.
Right.
You might end up with an STD.
Right.
You're going to end up with a judgment. And it's so crazy because some brothers go through doing wickedness and their judgment is they end up going crazy because they have a guilty conscience and they literally go crazy.
Right.
They develop mental issues because they've done so much wrong against other people. They own people. Man, that's a hell of a judgment. That is a hell of a judgment. And once again, who do y'all think is one of the leaders in having mental health issues? Any guesses? Go ahead.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Ain't that a damn shame?
Damn right.
And all we had to do was listen to these simple instructions, and we just couldn't do it. If you really read Deuteronomy, you'll notice that from Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1, and then you'll go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 14, and it stops. 14 verses. It's that small. But when you start talking about the curses for not doing those things, you go from Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15 all the way to 68.
Right.
You see how big of a gap that is? Right. If you listen to this much, you don't have to suffer this much.
Right. Good night.
I mean, yeesh. That was one of the first things that I learned coming into the I.S.U.P.K. One of the first things I noticed was, good Lord, there's such a gap. I'm like, just be obedient.
Right.
Just be obedient. Like, why is that so hard? Go to verse 16. Let's get into some of these curses and see what's happening to us. And Sister Salakia, I hope because what you said, it really hit home for me. I'm really trying to break this down as much as I can to the best of my ability. Please, if I'm not, forgive me. I'm only an officer of 50. I'm new to this. I'm doing the best I can the way I learned from the men above me. Right. And I promise you I'll keep studying and keep getting better, and I'll keep learning from General Yahawadah and General Machaataza and all the captains and all the officers, all the generals, everybody above me. I'm doing the best I can right now. Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16.
This is where it's get heavy. Keep going.
Curse, thou shalt be in the city.
In the where?
In the city.
In Charlotte?
In the city.
In New York?
In the city.
In New Orleans?
In the city.
Yeesh, in Atlanta.
In the city.
Whew, that Atlanta.
Good night.
And what do they call Charlotte? Little Atlanta. For many different reasons. Yeesh. Get me that first article, brother. We about to, what he's about to bring out. I was when I was reading these, and I was like, we need to talk about these curses. What I found was an article. Life situation. My wife is my rib is a social worker, so I have to hear about a lot of homelessness, a lot of foster care children, stuff like that. And of course, it's Black, Hispanics, Native American Indians. It might only be like one or two, Edomites. Right. The rest of them are so-called Mexican, so-called Dominican, so-called this, so-called that. There's always some type of crazy language barrier, so we can't even hardly communicate with each other. Sometimes she's speaking to people from the Dominican Republic, and she has to use two different translators because you got to translate the type of Hispanic or Spanish that she speaks to another person, and then they have to translate it to another person who has to translate it to my rib. That's how destroyed we are as a people. Like, she's so destroyed, we trying to get her help, and the help we trying to get her, we got to go through 2 translators just to get her to help. And the bad thing about it is those 2 translators have to translate languages that ain't ours in the first place.
Right.
All because the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible
That's
says.
right. That's right.
Because he destroyed them so bad. He destroyed us so bad. Hey, throw out a sis. He destroyed us so bad that not only do we speak a language that isn't ours, but of course we do like all Israel does, and we make slang out of it. Right. So when you in this area, you're gonna make slang out of it. When you in this area, you're gonna make slang out of it. Right. Even though y'all speak the same dialect, it's just like to break it down simply. Think of a Negro from New York and think of a Negro from Atlanta. They speak 2 different dialects of English. 2 completely different dialects of English. One's from New York, one's from Atlanta.
Right.
When you from Atlanta, hey, Bo. Shoot, when you from Charlotte, hey, Bo. You know, and then when you go up to New York, what's good, son? It's the same thing with 2 different dialects of English.
What's up, cuz?
Yeah, what up, cuz? You know, we got different games when we speak different dialects. What up, cuz? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, then they walk in different ways. They walk in different ways, man. But that's how destroyed and separated we are as a people, man.
God.
Keep going. You got the article?
Okay.
Go ahead and read that for me. This is us being cursed in the city. This is just a part of being cursed in the city. We know how bad we're cursed with, you know, the jobs and not getting paid enough and everything. But let's see how bad it is, at least for our Hispanic brothers.
Right.
Go ahead.
Our current shelter system can't meet demand.
If just to give y'all a backdrop, this is Charlotte. This is the Charlotte. I believe is 2019, right?
220.
This is 220. This is this year, January. Okay, this is this year in January. This is the Charlotte Observer. They're talking about homelessness. It is 2019. They're talking about homelessness in Charlotte. Of course, we know Black and Hispanics are the majority of the homelessness in Charlotte. When we do our street speakings in Charlotte, the majority of the homeless people that we see on drugs down by the bus station are Blacks and Hispanics.
God.
So we know this is who it's talking about. Keep going.
But the answer,
Matter of fact, start from the top, because you said something important.
shelter system can't meet demand.
Our Charlotte's current okay. Think of this. We're going through a corona situation, a pandemic, corona, and what's going on is the president is talking about giving out thousands of dollars to every household. And we have a situation in Charlotte, just Charlotte, you know, little Charlotte. We have a situation in Charlotte where, read it again.
Our current shelter system
Uh-huh.
can't meet demand.
Can't meet demands. How in the hell does this country have enough money to give thousands to different families, to all families, as long as you ain't a nigga who owed child support?
Right.
Have all these thousands to give away to families, all these billions to give away to the stock market to try to keep it from falling.
Right.
But we have a what?
Our current shelter system can't meet demand.
But we got a shelter system for homeless people that can't meet demands. Go ahead.
Salaki, trillions to the stock market.
Trillions to the stock market. Salaki. Trillions to the stock market. Man, that's so so evil. Y'all don't like, it blows my mind how much of a conniving devil runs this country.
Right.
Like, it should piss you off to hear some of the things that we bring out in these classes.
Damn right.
I will never understand how Because for me, it always seems to be sisters. For some reason, our sisters in the world want to just love everybody who absolutely hates our guts.
Right.
And what we are trying to teach our sisters in this school is that you cannot love people who hate you.
That's
You
right.
cannot do it. If they are not of your race, they hate you. I
That's
guarantee it. If you don't believe it, look at their background record. Look at their record. What have they done for you? What have they done for your people as a whole? Oh, they gave me a couple of chains. Okay, well, so what has their people as a whole done for your people as a whole? Stop being goddamn selfish.
Right.
What have they done for your people as a whole? I guarantee you're going to find them. They held your people back
That's right.
Right.
to make their people succeed. Go ahead.
So like, our people think just because we can walk on the same side of the street, go in the same bank, drink from the same water fountain, that we equal.
Yeah, right. That y'all think that makes us equal. In the meantime, while we walking, the only reason we walking on the same streets, going to the same bank, is because they took our businesses, and they know for them to keep our businesses under their check, or to continue to take our business or control us trying to have businesses, we have to be around them.
Right.
That's the only reason. They don't like us. They don't want to be around us. They say it all the time. They tell you to your They show you. They think you're beneath them.
Right.
I've never seen a black and a white friend and the black guy treated the white guy like he was under him. It's always the white one treating the black one like the black guy is under him automatically. It's never vice versa.
Right.
It's always automatically you're under me. I'm going to talk shit. I'm gonna joke around with you. I'm going to talk about your nappy hair, but it's just a joke. Don't take it seriously. No, they're going to treat you like you're below them.
Right.
Because in their minds you are.
That's right.
We in the I.S.U.P.K are trying to teach you are above them.
That's right.
We're trying to get that slave mentality out of your mind. There's no such thing as equality. Life doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. It doesn't. You're not equal to the person who your race. You're not. Somebody's going to be over somebody.
Right.
Just like in a household, there's no equal, the man is equal with the woman and the woman is equal with the man. Either that man is going to do what that woman wants to do or that woman is going to do what that man wants to do.
Right.
There's no such thing as equality. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Hard. Keep going.
But the answer can't just be more shelter,
But the answer can't just be more shelter. Keep going.
said the executive director of the men's shelter of Charlotte.
The director of the men's shelter of Charlotte. There's a reason I wanted to read this specific passage. Keep going.
If the answer is more shelter, we're just going to keep building and keep building.
We're just going to keep building and building. Keep going.
The report highlights Charlotte's gaps in serving certain demographics
Uh-huh.
because the city's two largest shelters are separated by gender.
Because the city's two largest shelters are separated by what?
Gender.
Okay, so you mean to tell me if me and Maria become homeless, we have to go to two separate shelters?
Right.
So our family dynamic cannot stay together.
Right.
It's the same thing they've been doing to us since slavery, since after slavery, and even now, which is the same era. They are separating our families as black and Hispanics. If you don't have a place to sleep and you have to go to them, they're going to separate you.
Right.
And oh God, don't be a single father. Keep going.
One for men,
One for men,
one for women and children.
One for women and children. Did you notice that?
Right.
One for the men and one for the women and the children. So if you're a single father, you're screwed.
Right.
Keep going.
There is little space.
We're gonna slow down on this one because I know I remember reading this part. There's little space. Keep going.
For couples.
For couples.
Good night.
There is little space for couples. So if you are homeless in Charlotte and you need a home for you and your family, space for the black family.
Right.
That's what they're really saying. They don't have space for the Hispanic family.
Right.
They are going to split you up, put your child in foster home, split you and your wife up. They're going to rape your wife. They're going to molest your children.
Right.
And your children are going to end up going to a family and getting raised. And they're going to treat your boys like they're girls.
That's right.
If you don't believe me, look up. There's all kinds of articles where they're doing that. Every time they get a little black boy, they're making them act like they're a girl. Disgusting.
Right.
Keep going.
Or single fathers.
Or single. Oh, wait a minute. Go back a little bit.
There is little space for couples.
For couples.
Or single fathers.
Or single fathers. So the women and the children, they fine. You come in as a single mama, you good. But if you a daddy trying to do the right damn thing, they ain't got no space for you out.
Right.
If a black father trying to do your thing and you trying to raise your kid like they say we don't do,
right,
they ain't got no room for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I can't stand this place, man.
Right.
I can't stand it. The white man is the devil
That's
that the
right.
Bible speaks of. If you don't see it, keep reading.
with children.
With children, a single father with children.
Who wish to stay intact
Who?
as a family.
How heartbreaking is that, man? They wish to stay intact as a family. But this devil is like, nah, if you a single father, we gotta split that up. How evil is that, man? Come on. Y'all gotta go to the next paragraph. The next one I told you to read. Good night. It gives me a headache to think about it, for real. It really does. Cause you don't, when you a child, you're innocent. You don't want to think that there's this type of evil out here in the world from anybody.
Right.
But when you get older and you see it over and 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 over again, you just like, wow, you can't avoid this type of evil.
Right.
Go ahead, officer.
Which is why the Christian church is so evil.
You damn right.
When you go into the Christian church, they tell you God loves everybody. Meanwhile, all we see is hatred out here in these streets.
Right.
You damn
right.
right. All you see is hatred. Every time they try to say they're going to help you, they don't.
Right.
Every time they say they're going to help you, black and Hispanic suffer.
Right.
Perfect example, the money that Trump is trying to send out, how you going to only send it to people unless you a male who got some back child support? If the nigga if he can't pay it, maybe he about to use this to catch up.
Right.
So now he can't catch up.
Right.
While everybody else about to be out here flourishing,
Good night.
black women about to be out here all kinds of money, while black males are doing what? Suffering once again.
Right.
Because
Right.
if you keep the man down in the community can never rise up. Open it back up for me, Bob Kashaw. Make sure that's the right one. I tell you what, this might be it right here. Go ahead and go to that. Where's that last verse I had pointed out to you? You remember? But that's how evil they are. They don't want your kids to be with the father. It's okay for the kid to be with the mother. Yeah, go ahead and read that. It's okay with the kid to be with the father. I mean, with the mother, but the kid can't be with the father. And this is homelessness. It's talking about black, Hispanics, and Native Americans in Charlotte. And the reason, I picked an article from Charlotte is because this is the Charlotte class.
Yeah, right.
I wanted everybody to really assess what type of demon, what type of monster that we're going to have to fight when we go out here.
Right.
The mindset of the system, of the principalities that we have to fight and we have to face, the only way we're going to get through it is with the Most High.
Right.
In the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General Yahawadah.
Right.
That's the only way.
Damn right.
That's the only way.
Only way.
And y'all think we starting off small. We not starting off small. You right, sis. It's messed up all the way. We not starting off small. We starting off large. I'm telling you right now. You got that for me. Go ahead and read that. Please read that.
It's not okay for us to have a shelter system
It's not okay. Keep going.
that can't serve certain populations.
Even they saying it's not okay to have no shelter system that can't serve certain populations just because you're a single father. A single father, that should be praised.
Right.
That's something that black and Hispanics get demonized for. That should be praised. Oh, he's a black man and he's taking care of his children by himself? Oh, man. We should definitely make sure he's fine. He's the father. He's the protector of the family. And he's taking care of his kids. The mother isn't around. That should be commendable.
Right.
Instead, you're getting punished for that. Instead, your kids getting taken away.
Right.
That's how evil that is. You can drop that. Get me, matter of fact, keep reading. Because we stopped at cursed in the city. As you can see, we cursed in the city.
That's right.
Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field. Read it from the top.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed shall thou be in the city. Patrolling your neighborhoods. Y'all talking about martial law. We already got it. Police patrolling your neighborhoods, able to stop and frisk, for no apparent reason. Y'all think stop and frisk was just something that they made up in New York. Stop and frisk is something that's been going on down south and every hell where else that black people are at,
Right.
that Hispanic people are at. They just stop you and they harass you. They used to do it to us all the time in my small town. I know they doing it in the big ones. Just because it's a group of black people or a group of Hispanic people, and they hate them Hispanics. Boy, they hate them.
Right.
They can't stand to see them not doing nothing but working.
Right.
I'm telling you, if them Hispanics is sitting in the parking lot at Walmart with them Honda Civics souped up, man, them racist sheriffs roll up. Whip, whip. Hey, come here, boy. What you doing? Boy, they get on there. They start giving them a hard time. The Hispanics tell them, we don't want no trouble. And they still be giving them a hard, no, y'all can't just be hanging around here. And then I'm telling, I've seen it. And especially when the Hispanics used to hang out with us, ooh, they definitely can't stand seeing that. They cannot stand to see no Negro and no SPIC hanging out with each other in unison.
Right.
They couldn't stand it.
That's right.
Could not stand it. So you know what we should do? We should do it even more.
Right.
We should do it every single time we get the
right.
chance to do it, boy.
Right.
And it's going. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. I got a mission already in my head. I'm gonna talk to Captain I.S.U.P.K about this. It's a Hispanic community right down the street from me. I'm telling you, I'm about to go and talk to every single one of them and see if I can't get them in here.
Damn right.
Because they need to know, even if they don't come in here, they need to know there's some brothers who know that they are family.
Damn right.
And if they need some help, they can come to us.
Right.
And that's how every black should think of every Hispanic, and every Hispanic should think of every black.
That's right.
Every single one. And Mom, can you imagine how powerful that'd be? Good night. Good night, boy. Issachar and Judah.
Ooh, wee.
You imagine that? Judah and Ephraim. Good.
Night.
Man, that's a powerful combination. You got to keep going for me.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field, brother. You know where I'm trying to go with this, with the other. Go ahead. This us being cursed. This our Hispanic brothers being cursed in the field. We know Judites know we was cursed. So-called Negroes, we know we was cursed in the field. We was getting whipped, having to pick cotton. Shit, some of us still in the field doing tobacco. If you believe it or not, still doing picking. Well, not picking because you don't pick tobacco. You pull tobacco. Pulling tobacco in the South for little to nothing. Still doing it to this day. My daddy did it. That's how so not far removed we are from slavery.
Right.
They still doing a lot of things for low wages down here in the South, like that type of hard labor, being in the sun all day, pulling tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Hands going home, your hands are swollen and red and hurting, and joints hurting in your fingers. All of that. Working in a warehouse for Amazon, Slovakia, all that.
Right.
Working for Coca-Cola,
Right.
all that. Working in a warehouse for Pepsi, not knowing what your schedule is. But you might have to work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It might be 12 hours. It might be 2.
Right.
Check might be big. Check might be small. You in the hands of the white man.
Right.
You don't know how much you're gonna get paid when you're working for a company like that. You got that for me, brother? Go ahead.
How much do farm workers earn?
How much do they earn?
Based on the most recent National Agricultural Workers Survey, a report published by the U.S. Department of Labor, farm workers work 42 hours per week. 42.
So, of course, everybody knows you work 40 hours. So they working 42. So they got a little overtime. Go ahead.
And earn $7.
Ooh, whoa, hold up. They earn what?
$7.25.
Who? Stop. Hold on. Go back. Farm workers earn how much?
$7.25
per hour. $7.25. That's how much the farm workers are earning. That's how much Israel is working for these billion-dollar companies, picking grapes and strawberries and everything else. They're earning $7.25. Keep going. And y'all said slavery was over. Keep going.
On average.
On average. These are it. I specifically wanted to talk about our Hispanic brothers in this class on certain, especially on certain subjects. It's like, again, us Judites, we know what we've been through and how we go through it. We know what we're going through now when it comes to being cursed in the city and the field.
Right.
But our Hispanic brothers, they need to hear some of this.
That's right.
They need to know that they getting raped.
Right.
They are getting raped.
Right.
Start from that sentence again.
Farm workers work 42 hours per week.
42 hours per week. Go ahead.
And earn $7.25.
$7.25. Now listen, you can't live in Charlotte off of $7.25. You can't live damn near anywhere with $7.25. Y'all do the math and see how much you would get paid a year working 42 hours off of $7.25. Keep going.
On average.
On average. Go ahead.
But this average varies greatly.
It varies greatly because there's some getting paid much less and there's some that's getting paid some more. Keep going.
For example, workers who have worked for the same employer for multiple years earn more than other workers.
So if you've been a slave for a little bit longer, you might earn 10. You might earn like $10 an hour, and you still can't live in Charlotte on that. You have to. You're gonna have to have a spouse who makes something too. You can't live by yourself on no $10. Keep going.
Those who have been with an employer for a year or less earn an average of $6.
Earn an average of what?
$6.
How much?
$6.
Imagine that. Imagine earning $6 an hour. Keep going.
And 76 cents.
And 70 cents. That, you know, that's lower than the minimum wage.
Right.
The federal minimum wage is $7.25. They're making how much?
$6.76.
$6.76. Good night. Man. I mean, that's self-explanatory. That, man, that's so evil. Keep going.
And those who have been with the same employer for at least 6 years.
It's 6 years to get to this point. Imagine working for your company for 6 years and making this much. Keep going.
Earn an average of $8.
What?
Come on now.
After 6 years.
Good night.
Keep going.
And 5 cents.
Whoa. Come on. $8 and what?
5 cents.
$8.05. So you ain't even getting into like the $8.50, $8.50, $8.75, $8.05. That's slave wages. That's the same thing we was going through in Egypt.
Right.
Same thing. Ain't got the nerve to say we ain't still slaves. Go ahead, young man.
Slovakia, if I may, if you can outlast ICE for 6 years.
Yeah, if you can outlast, man, that's so heavy. Get that brother a hand. That's so heavy. If you can dip and dodge ICE For 6 years, you can get $8.05 for 6 years. That's so goddamn depressing, man. And that's what our Hispanic brothers are going through.
Right.
And we wonder why they working so goddamn hard. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. We wonder why they always making their own businesses and why they always doing their own lawn services and roofing services, because they don't have a damn choice, man. Right. They don't have a choice. Because this oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's right. Paying a grown man $8.05 an hour after 6 years. After 6 years? And Slocky, I've read it, and I just knew it was about to say 10 for some reason. And it said 805. Keep going. Okay, keep going.
Annually, the average income of crop workers is between $10,000 and $12,499 for individuals.
Annual is how much they make a year. Annually is yearly. Keep going.
You want me to read that?
Yeah.
Between $10,000 and $12,499.
Come on, man. 10,000 and 12
for individuals.
For individuals. Imagine being the man working and your wife has to take care of your 3 kids, and you making $12,000 a year, $11,000 a year, $10,000 a year. Oh, please keep going for the families. Please keep going.
And $15,000 to $17,499 for a family.
15 to 17,000 as a family.
Not even double.
As a family, you damn right. It's not even double. It's not even 20 to 25, 20 to 24. Like, you have got to be kidding me, man. This is so evil. And then they got to try to live here. Keep going.
To give you an idea, the federal poverty line is $10,830 for an individual.
The federal poverty line is what?
$10,830 for an individual.
So in other words, they living in poverty, man.
Below the poverty.
They in here, the water. They coming in here living below the poverty line as a family.
No, that's individual.
That's individually.
The family is worse.
The family is worse? Every time I think something is bad, he's saying something is worse. Keep going with the family. Go ahead.
And the federal poverty line for a family is $22,050.
They didn't make it to 20,000.
For a family of 4.
For a family of 4. They didn't make it to it was what, 7? Is it get worse?
In 2009.
In 2009.
Oh, no.
We know stuff is more expensive now than it was in 2009.
Right.
Keep going. That's it. Yeesh. I was about to say, if you keep going, I might have to
start crying.
Man. But this is what they going through. This is what our Hispanic brothers and sisters are going through. When they try to come over here, they go to hell. They go through nothing.
Right.
And we wonder why the Hispanics be having their own little gardens in their backyard and all this other stuff. They don't have a choice.
Right.
You damn right. We need to, if when you find a Hispanic and you know they can barely speak English, I guarantee you it's more than 3 Hispanics living in that house.
Right.
I guarantee you. Sometimes it is 10. Sometimes it's 15.
Right.
Cramped up in 2 or 3 rooms.
Right.
And that's the way they have to live. And it's just to get away from the hell that they have to go through in Mexico with the drug cartels and all that.
Right.
So they come over here and think that they're gonna get a better place because everybody outside of America thinks America is just rich.
Right.
And then when they get here, they see it. No, it's hell. America's hell. It paints a good picture.
That's right.
It paints a real good picture. But as you can see, Europe and all the countries in Italy. All the countries in Europe, like Italy and the UK, and all these other places, they got way better protective gear than we could afford. They talking about we can't even get a hospital the protective equipment for the employees.
Right.
Now what the hell kind of sense that make? In Europe, in Italy, and all these other places, they got goddamn spacesuits on, right. Trying to treat people with the Rona.
Right.
And we got on gloves. The surgical, cape, mask, some homemade stuff to try to cover up your neck and everything. And then Trump talking about, oh, I sent out this much, that's all they need. And then the stuff, yeah, I don't know if y'all saw this, but the stuff they got was expired. Did y'all see that? The stuff they got expired. And this is the rich place.
Good.
You understand? Go ahead, officer, and I'm gonna come to you.
I seen a sister with a Louis Vuitton face mask.
Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. You bullshitting, Shabbat. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now, Shabbat. Louis Vuitton face mask, man. Come on, man. Still wearing oppressors' clothes who don't like us at all, admittedly don't like us, pick on us. Gucci and Louis Vuitton pick on black people all the time. And what happens? Oh, the water. And what happens? We wear it anyway. Because our quote-unquote leaders and celebrities, they wear it anyway.
Right.
You damn right, sis. Shake my damn head, too. It don't make no damn sense. Because we don't love ourselves as a people. We have to learn how to love ourselves as a people. And the first step is getting out of that goddamn Christian church.
Right.
First step is getting out of that Christian church. I guarantee you automatically gonna think of yourself and your people differently. When you get out of Jesus loves everybody, you're gonna be like, I love black people more, and that's surprising. And it's something that you don't think about, but you're gonna be like, oh damn, I do love my people more than I love everybody else. Think about what your oppressor thinks about. They already on top. You think they want to lose that position just to make you happy, just to show you that they love you? No, you out your mind. Go ahead.
Slovakia. America spends 10 times. They spend more on the military budget than the next top 10 countries combined. Those countries are the ones that can afford PPE for their health workers.
You damn right. They can afford it because America cares nothing about nothing else other than trying to be as strong as they can so they can give everybody else hell.
Right.
So they can drop bombs on everybody else. So they can kill innocent people for no reason. So if they go on you, they gonna bomb your cities and kill all the innocent women and children who's not even fighting in war.
Right.
Because America is the damn devil. Y'all don't understand how evil America is and how evil they war tactics are. America's war tactics are not conventional. They're not normal, and they don't follow any of the rules that they're supposed to follow.
Right.
Which is why other countries like Russia and everywhere else, even though Russia is full of a bunch of devils too, because they don't follow rules either.
Right.
The reason that they're always able to say something against America is because America doesn't follow any rules and they don't suffer any punishment when they don't.
Right.
This place is evil, man. Evil. Damn, it's Babylon and Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah and everything else all over again.
That's
Rome.
right.
All of that, all over again. They just evil. Go ahead.
I was saying the same thing about China and the PPE, but America's supposed to be trillions of dollars in debt, but they finally happened to bring out $20 trillion to help the country. Yeah. But then yet still they got the football teams going to China.
Imagine that.
To get PPE from China.
Let me tell you something about that whole we in debt to China situation. Okay, so we know our currency isn't really real.
Right.
How are we trillions of dollars in debt to somebody that we don't even bump with? Like, we don't like China.
Right.
We don't like China. We don't really deal with China other than business and trade. How are we in debt to somebody who we think we better than?
Right.
And when I say we, I don't mean we as Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. We don't got no control over that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When America says or tries to say we in trillions of dollars in debt to a different country, that's all That's all a political ploy for people to try to get people swayed one way or another. That's all that is. America doesn't feel like they're in debt to anyone.
Right.
If you don't know, why haven't we? I've been in Esau's military. That was 8 years ago. We was always talking about how we in debt with China, how we did this and did that, and Russia don't like it. Nobody makes them pay for it.
Right.
Why is that? Because America isn't in debt to anyone.
Right.
They're doing what they want to do because the devil runs this world.
That's right.
He's always thought like that. Hey, we in millions of dollars in debt. No, when they make these trades, they already know they're not gonna pay somebody. Look, let me tell you something. Look, the niggas in here laughing because niggas done this to companies before, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I got a credit card debt. Hey, I don't plan on paying that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's not gonna be no consequences.
Right.
Or at least they feel like it's not gonna be no consequences. Oh yeah, what? You gonna hurt my credit? Okay. Like America don't care, just like niggas don't care, just like with our credit and things like that. Just like America doesn't care about what China is gonna say or try to say against us with us not paying them what we say we owe them. Because we don't. America doesn't care what they owe the Ammonites.
Right.
The Moabites. We don't care what not we. America don't care what they owe the Moabites. They don't care. They're never going to pay that. Ever. And they're never going to get forced to pay it. So, who cares? Go ahead.
Salakia, the only debt that has any consequences is child support debt.
Yeah, that's the only, damn right. Give that brother a hand.
Damn right.
Goddamn, Trooper by eyes. Trooper by eyes. That's the only debt that you gonna have to really pay for in this country is child support debt. And why? Because it's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that's on that child support. They gonna make you pay. You understand? They're not gonna ever pay. Just like they don't feel like they have to pay for slavery, but they can pay every single family thousands of dollars because they going through corona suffering.
Right.
But y'all couldn't pay us for the slavery suffering.
Right.
But when you look in history, they paid the slave masters for taking the slaves away.
Right.
They paid the slave masters reparations,
Right.
but you can't pay the niggas who was in slavery.
Right.
You can't pay them reparations, even though you told them they was going to get the reparations. And then later on, it was like, nah, y'all niggas ain't getting shit.
Right.
Right.
It's like, y'all ain't getting nothing. Exactly. They don't plan to pay. Just like they ain't pay us, they not going to pay them Moabites.
Right.
They're not going to, fix nothing that he did with Russia. You know what I'm saying? We bombed the hell out of Vietnam. Who gives a damn? They don't care. That's how evil this devil is.
That's right.
They do what they want to. High is killing them off right now.
Right.
Right.
It's killing them off. And if you can't tell the spirit of the Lord is going across the earth right now, if you can't tell, you should have watched Cross the Line.
Right.
If you would have watched Cross the Line last night and you saw them two Edomites call in and they was on our side,
Right.
two virtual boot kisses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get the Most High hand. Two virtual boot kisses on Cross the Line, like. When I'm in the kingdom, please let me be under you so I can torture the other Edomite. God damn. Like, really?
Right.
Man, that's how you know the Lord is with the I.S.U.P.K.
That's
You're not gonna get that from any other Israelite group.
Right.
You're not gonna get your enemy to call in and be like, when it's y'all's time to rule this earth, I want to be under you so I can, put my people in place.
Right.
You're not gonna get there nowhere else.
Right.
Nowhere else. Man, we all off topic. Let's get back to these curses, man. That's how cursed we are in the field. Our brothers ain't earning nothing in them fields. $6.
$8.30.
Okay, thank you. And the water brother, I was needing a time check. Okay, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 32.
Come.
And you're gonna have to go to the other article about the foster. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
Akim got it?
God.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Now tell me black and Hispanics don't suffer this every day. Now, all this year, 2019, we heard about how Hispanic children were being taken from their parents on the border and thrown in cages. Thrown in cages for months. Not days, not weeks, for months. They were our Hispanic brothers and sisters' children was getting thrown in cages.
Right.
And getting separated from their fathers and from their mothers. And their parents in captivity crying because they don't know what happened to their own children. Crying because they don't know what happened to their own children. Read that from the top.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Okay. So you got that article? Go ahead and read that.
This is from an article titled Racial Disparities.
Racial disparities. Go ahead.
In foster care.
In where?
In foster care.
In who?
Foster care.
Look up the foster care if you could on your phone. We gonna get what foster care actually is. I know. I want y'all, once again, I want to break it down to you as simple and as plain as I can. So everything we talk about, I don't want there to be any question on what and how we're going through these curses just because we wanted to be disobedient.
Right.
Just because we wanted to be like our oppressors.
Right.
Just because we thought there was a different way that we could go through than the way that our Father told us to go. You got that for me? Did you find it? You got it? Go ahead.
Foster care. Foster care is a system in which a minor has been placed into a ward.
A minor has been placed into a ward. Now, when have you ever heard a ward be considered a good thing ever? It's being placed in a ward. Exactly. Everybody's shaking their head now. I don't want to go in a ward. You damn right. Keep going.
Group home.
A group home, which is so evil. They shut down the group home system in North Carolina. It wasn't because they didn't have enough money. It's because the money they were spending on group homes was going to waste because the group homes was just not only using the kids, but abusing the kids sexually. Abusing them physically. They was beating the hell out of them kids, and some of the group homes literally had undercover businesses where they would get these kids and turn them into sex trafficking, sex slaves.
Good night.
Keep going.
Or a private home of a state certified caregiver.
Or a private home of a state certified caregiver. Keep going.
Referred to as a foster parent.
A foster parent,
Or with a family member approved by the state.
Or with a family member approved by the state. And we all know, especially in the black community, we know what happens a lot of times when you go to a family member and you don't have a choice but to go there.
Right.
That family member takes advantage of those children.
Right.
Those children become molested. They get molested. They become little sex slaves. Mules, drug mules. All kinds of things happens to those children when they have to go to places and they have no choice because that's where they have to live, or they're not going to have a place to live. Keep going.
The placement of the child is normally arranged through the government or a social service agency.
It normally arranged through the government or a social service agency. Now, sidebar, there was a social service agency here in North Carolina in one of the counties where I think it was 5 social workers got in trouble for putting children in foster homes that were connected to child sex trafficking. And they knew about it and they were getting paid to do it. That's the system that those kids get sent into. That's America. That's Christianity. That's the Catholic Church.
Right.
That's Bishop Eddie Long's church.
Right.
You understand? It's the same thing. What'd you say? The Protestants are, don't get me started on them. Don't get me started. Hey, don't get me started on that disgusting, that Baptist church where the women got to wear dresses all day, every day. Yeah, so they can stick their hand up it.
Right.
They disgusting, man. You got the article for me. Go ahead.
A groundbreaking new report in D.C. examines racial imbalances in the state's foster care system.
Hey, who knew there was a racial imbalance in the foster care system? Is this something we don't know? What do you know? Racial imbalance in something in America. Keep going.
With the goal of supporting solutions.
With the goal of supporting solutions, which ain't gonna happen. Go ahead.
To address these disparities going forward.
How many times you gotta address the disparities of Black, Hispanics, Native American Indians? How many times before they get fixed?
Right.
You understand? Like, we always have to go, again, like I said at the beginning of class, we always have to go through the same problems and announce the same problems over and over and over again, which tells you this place is not getting better for us.
That's right.
They're making it more comfortable so you won't say nothing, but ain't nothing getting better.
That's right.
And if I would have kept going with the other article, it would have told you how things are actually getting worse.
Right.
But it might actually happen in this article. Keep going.
Research from the last several decades shows that nationwide, African American children,
Oh, who?
African American children,
So-called Negroes. Keep going.
are both more likely to enter foster care and remain longer than white children.
So you mean to tell me, after decades of studying the foster care system, these so-called Negro children, as the decades keep going, they keep increasing. They keep getting in foster care more and more and more, and they stay in longer than anybody else.
Right.
There was an article where they was praising this so-called black man for adopting this 13-year-old Edomite boy, and you saw it. Yeah, and they was praising him. Oh, and the only question I could ask was, if you're gonna adopt some child, why would you not adopt your own people?
Right.
You got a cousin that did it, and you damn right. It's a damn shame. You mean to tell me you love you hate your people so much, instead of adopting a young black child that you know needs help, you want to go and save a white baby? You want to go save people who hate you? And what you gonna do? Teach them love? I guarantee you, when that baby grows up, he's not gonna adopt a black child.
Right.
And if he does adopt a so-called black child, he's going to ruin that black child's life.
That's right.
Go ahead, officer.
And what you said is so heavy, officer. We suffer from something called Stockholm syndrome.
You damn right. You damn right.
I just wanted to bring that up.
And you get that officer a hand. The reason what he said is so heavy is because people don't understand how deep and how powerful that demon of Stockholm syndrome is.
Right.
That is a powerful, powerful demon that our people have to suffer from and fight all the time. Because when you suffer from Stockholm syndrome, you literally are loving the people who oppress, beat, rape, steal, rob, murder your people more than you love your people who are the actual victims of these violent crimes.
That's right.
You hate yourself, is what you're saying. They have taught you to hate yourself.
Right.
So you're going to try your best to serve them, all the way to the point where you're gonna bring their children into your house. I guarantee you the article that me and young man Cope was talking about, I guarantee you that little white boy run the house. I guarantee you he do what the hell he want to.
Right.
I guarantee you he do. I guarantee it. That was it on it. Man, I wanted it to be more. Read the verse again. Verse 28, 30, chapter 28, verse 32.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Right.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Is that the end of that verse? Keep going.
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
And there shall be no might in thy hand, black man. Right. No might, Hispanic man.
Right.
When you send your children into that foster care home, you ain't got no more power.
That's right.
When you become homeless and you go to the shelter and they tell you because you're a single father, not because you're a single mother, because you're a single father, they got to separate you and your child, you have no might in your hand. You have no power in your hand to say a thing about it. Because you're trying to survive for you and your child.
Right.
You're trying to give your child a place to survive, and you trying to survive your damn self. And when they saying the only way y'all can survive right now is if y'all split.
Good.
Right.
How evil is that?
Draconian.
You damn right it's draconian. Man, that's so goddamn evil. And it's only in an empire like this where something like that would happen. When you got a devil ruling, that's when they try to separate the father and their child because they want to continue to rule over you and continue to make that man weak.
Right.
You know how imagine how weak you would be if the system separated you and your child because you tried with everything, but you just didn't have the means to take care of. So you hear that there's a place where y'all can go and y'all can stay until you get on your feet. And then when you go there, hey, we got to separate you and your child, huh?
Right.
You gotta. What do you mean? We came here to get help. No, we don't house single fathers.
Right.
So you gotta become just a man without a child.
Right.
Good night.
And he's gonna go into the system. Your child gonna go into the system.
Right.
And you're gonna have to try to find your child, see what happened to him. You had something, your man.
Salakia, it's more than likely that a woman will get help before the man will.
You damn right.
Right.
She will get help. That's exactly what the article said. They have places for single mothers and for children. They even have places for a man by himself.
Right.
But a man with children,
Right.
they ain't got no place for you out.
Right.
You have to do what you do. I don't know what it is you do, but you're gonna have to find out. Go ahead.
A man with children is lose-lose situation.
Oh, it
because-
definitely is lose-lose. Go ahead.
Because if he can't keep his children with him in the shelter,
Right.
and if he on the street with his children, they still gonna take the children.
Right.
You damn right. They're gonna take him anyway.
That's right.
They're gonna say you ain't fit. You ain't got the means to take care of that child. And they gonna snatch that child away, and you're gonna be just as sick if you would have went to that foster home, if you would have went to that shelter in Charlotte. It's a damn shame. That's why, man, we are so cursed as
Right.
a people. Go ahead.
Salakia, with the foster care situation, they pay the foster parents a certain amount of money to
Right.
take those children.
Right.
out.
You're right.
So
Right.
think about the people who just doing it for a check. They
You're
don't
right.
really care
Don't
about
care
the
about
children.
the
at
You
all.
damn right.
Right.
It's the same thing with. It's the same thing when I was in the assisted living facility with assisted living business and the family care home business. You have some businesses that really care about taking care of those old people, and you have some people who do not give a damn about them old people.
Right.
They have them sitting in diapers that ain't been changed in days. They have them sitting in beds with no sheets, and they just collecting the check. Go
Right.
ahead.
Brother right there had a question.
Go.
Oh, you water? Okay, so.
Oh, okay. But the water though. But they had him just sitting in there, not getting taken care of. Imagine your grandparents just sitting somewhere and not getting taken care of. You go visit them and you're like, what the hell is going on? The whole place smells like dirty diapers. You know what I'm saying? The rooms ain't been clean.
Right. So,
They got bed bugs and roaches crawling all over the place, visible,
yikes.
crawling all over the place. When you try to open a drawer, a bug crawl out. And you like, what is going on? There's some places it's like that. And that's taking care of the old people. Imagine taking care of them kids. They don't want to deal with them kids. They just want the check. They just want, they just want that money. And everybody's discipline tactics ain't the same. They beat the hell out of those group home children.
Right.
They beat the hell out of them. That's why they grow up traumatized and they grow up murderers and all this other stuff. It's because they got the damn good sense beat the hell out of them.
That's right.
In foster care homes with people that who don't give a damn about them. Then they should have just left them with their single father.
Right.
Their father who was trying to come look for help, who went to the system thinking that the devil was going to help him when the devil didn't do anything to him that the devil ain't done already.
That's right, Priest.
Stabbed him in the back. Matter of fact, he stabbed him in the chest.
Right.
He stabbed him in the chest. Go ahead.
So the system put them in a position where they ain't got no choice but to come to the system.
Exactly. Exactly. They ain't had no choice. And that's the way this devil works. And I'm telling you, man, Satan crafty. Give me Deuteronomy verse where I want to go to, because what's the time check?
50 minutes.
15. Was that the last one I sent you? Okay. 15 minutes. Man, I'm telling you that it's the I don't know about y'all, but this is a subject that it really gets to my last nerve. Just because like this is something that really affects. This is a curse that really affects the brothers and sisters, at least the ones I grew up with,
Right.
the ones I knew. because I got to see a lot of it firsthand. And I didn't grow up in a family where I had to suffer that. But I had family members that was adopted.
Right.
And I had, family members that had foster care children. And I saw how they would treat them compared to somebody else who might have gone to the same church. Imagine that, went to the Christian church, on how they treated their foster children.
Right.
On the stories that those foster children would tell us when we would be playing, and I'll just be so surprised. They did what? They made you do what?
Right.
You had to go through what before you came to church? Like you got thrown down the stairs.
Damn.
Now you got beat with a what?
Right.
And that's the stories that they would have, because their parents were strung out on drugs that the devil pushed into our communities, and their children had to go to a foster home.
Right. That's it.
Man, you damn right that's hell, man. Damn right that's hell. Go ahead.
Shalak, sir, in all these articles that we read, they address problems in the black community that you say we had for decades.
You damn right.
And they never get fixed.
Decades,
Right.
and they never get fixed. They get worse.
Right.
Right.
But then they just there, and then they bring them up for some politician to claim he's going to help so you can get your vote.
They claim, exactly. They claim they're going to help, and they give them money. Like they said, we don't need more facilities.
Right.
We need actual solutions to try to fix this problem.
Right.
And the only way you're going to fix that problem with our Black, Hispanic, and Native American families is bringing them to the I.S.U.P.K. and bringing them together.
That's right.
When you bring our Black and Hispanic families under one roof, under one leader, under one nation, under one banner,
Right.
then everyone will have the same idea, and everyone will be one family, and everyone will help each other.
That's right.
And you won't need the system.
Right.
You can go to your next door neighbor because it'll be your brother. You'll live in the same community.
Right.
And you can be like, hey, we need this, we need that. Like they used to do back in the day.
Right.
We used to hear all those stories. Everybody got grandparents and older family members that had all these stories about how in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, the Black and Hispanic communities, you could go next door. I need some sugar. I need eggs.
Right.
They will come to you. I need Kool-Aid. I need this. I need
That's right.
that. The kid, they used to go to sleep with the screen door wide open.
Right.
They used to do all these things.
Right.
And after segregation, what happened? You can't do a damn thing anymore. Leave your door open if you want to. That sound like free food. That sound, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Orgy Mike came in and led us to the slaughter.
You damn
That's
right.
right.
He came and led us to the slaughter, man.
That's right.
Led us to the slaughter. Sheesh, man. Dang. I tell you what, let's get Deuteronomy 28 verse 64.
Come.
We ain't got too much time. Go ahead. If y'all didn't know, we started class at 7 instead of 7:30 this week, and that's what it's going to be the time from now on at 7. And we're going to end the class at 9, at exactly 9 p.m. If I go over the time, so I get to the men above me, I'm going to try to keep everything, in order. Like I said, I'm a new officer. I ain't trying to do nothing, too outlandish. Go ahead. You got it? 68 and 64. I mean, 28 and 64.
Okay. Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can got it.
Come on.
And the Most High shall scatter thee from all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Now, with everything that we've read from verse 28 and 16, verse 28 and 32, now we in verse 28 and 64, correct?
Come.
From everything we've read, from every single order, hey, Shalom, Yahawadah, Shema, Shabbat, Gatah, Officer Iraq, it's it's an honor to see you tune into the class. I ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? But when everything that you've seen us line up, what is all it's been doing? Read that verse again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64.
Uh-huh.
And the Most High shall scatter thee.
Shall do what?
Scatter thee.
Shall scatter thee. Go ahead.
Among all people.
Now, in every single article that we've read, what has been the main theme of what's going on? Go ahead.
The blacks getting the short end of the stick.
They getting the short end of the stick. What's something else that's been happening?
That's something that sister said on Facebook.
What'd she say?
The sister said on Facebook, it's quantity over quality in the system because it's all about money. And for the elderly or less fortunate, if you have what they think is no quality of life, they let the elderly die and the foster kids become a statistic.
Right.
Especially if you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian.
You damn right. And I'm
That's in the school.
you damn right. Hey, sister, what you're saying is so heavy. And just speaking from experience, I remember last year again, being in that system. Also, Officer Rock, Officer of 1,000, who's watching, he's in that business still to this day. Being in that business, them have a quote unquote cure for hepatitis C. I also had a resident who was in his 70s. Well, he was not quite in his 70s, in his 60s, in a wheelchair. Had arthritis. He ate every bad thing he could. Was an ex-drug addict. Everything. Good dude though, man. Judite. And I had to sit there and watch him. I used to take him to doctor's appointments all the time. He had hepatitis C, blah, blah, blah. And I started seeing commercials on TV that got a cure for it. And I'm like, okay, he has it. Still has it. We go to the doctors all the time. Why ain't they giving it to him?
Right.
And it's like the sister said, that his quality of life, they don't give a damn about. He's too old. He can't really contribute to society. Let him go ahead and die. Right. He had his time. That's how society thinks of us.
That's right.
Once they destroy us with us not following the law and them forcing it on to us of not following the law, them forcing drugs into our community so he turned into a crackhead.
Right.
Them forcing us to eat food we're not supposed to eat. So, of course, he had arthritis because he ate pork all the time. And now he's in a wheelchair, and now he has hepatitis C and all these other diseases. You can at least get rid of one of them ailments. And they refuse to give it to him. I ended up asking doctors about it. And, we trying to do this and we try to get it to this type of person, that type of person. In other words, they didn't give a damn.
Right. That's crazy.
They did not give a damn. So what the sister's bringing out is so heavy because they didn't care.
Right.
So read that verse again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64.
And what I'm bringing out, if y'all haven't noticed, is that the main thing that a lot of these articles that I brought out, especially these last two, is that what they are trying to do and what these curses forced us to do as a nation is separate.
Right.
What they forced us to do is break down our family system.
Right.
What they forced us to do is not be a nation at all.
Right.
At all. And now we scrambling and scrounging. Because we don't want to listen to the Most High, we scrambling and scrounging, trying to get all little pieces together so we can be a nation again. Just so we can be a nation again. Just so we can be a nation again. We talking about having a cookout. It's some Edomite somewhere talking about getting his family and going on a yacht. They said there's rich Edomites right now to avoid the coronavirus. They're going on yachts for like the next month or two.
Dang.
With their family and friends, so they can just avoid everybody. So they got enough food and drink and alcohol and everything else so they can just go on a yacht for 2 months, fish, don't gotta work, do nothing. And we sitting here, I still gotta go to work at Amazon, every day. I just got a call today, 2 more cases of corona in the Amazon I work in. Just got the call today. When we had just got a call Monday, was it Monday? Just got the call Wednesday afternoon that there was a confirmed case. Now we got a call today that there was 2 more confirmed cases. I still got to go in that building to work because I can't afford not to go. Right. Because that's called hell. That's what we live in. Go ahead, officer.
And you so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you are the essential workers.
Right.
In other words,
We're the essential
in other words, you the slaves.
That's right.
If you were so essential, why ain't they paying us essential wages?
That's right.
They're not paying you essential wages.
Damn right.
When something is somebody please look up the definition of essential. What was this, like the 10th definition we done brought out tonight? Go ahead.
So like if I may, they still paying us regular wages just to come in and cut hours.
Exactly.
Right.
This is I can only speak. I try to stay to myself, talk about myself, my own life situation, everything. I don't want to, offend nobody or nothing like that. I talk about myself all day. I don't give a damn. Working for Amazon, you'll learn Amazon is, billions of dollars all over the country. The richest richest man in the world owns Amazon. Yeah, that's the company me and the trooper work for, and we are getting paid. Something that we supposed to be getting paid more. You got definition of essential?
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Absolutely necessary.
Lord.
Good night.
So you mean to tell me basketball players, football players, what's something else that got canceled? That's the churches. Those damn pastors. Those damn pastors. You mean to tell me that me being an Amazon warehouse worker is a what?
Absolutely necessary.
Is absolutely necessary.
Extremely important.
Extremely important. Is there anything else? I mean, do you have to say anything else? So, black and Hispanics, because that's all that's filled up in there, is absolutely necessary, extremely important. But we can only get paid like $15 an hour. And because of the corona thing, they upped it to $17. $17 an hour ain't nothing.
No.
Right.
Oh, what'd you say?
$2 increase.
Yeah, $2 increase. And they talking about hazard pay like we in the military. $2 increase. Come on, man. $2 increase. And now we got 3 confirmed cases in my site within less than a week.
Good night.
Literally 2 days. Go ahead.
We got one in our site, but it took us 3 weeks before they told us.
And they had one in theirs, and it took them 3 weeks to tell them.
So you don't know how many others.
Exactly. So you don't know how many others had it. You don't know who it was, what they touched, nothing. What shift they worked. They at least let my site, and my site's right down the street from his, about 20 minutes. They at least let us know at our site what shift they worked. You know what I'm saying? They at least let us know how many people it was. They didn't let him know till 3 weeks later. 3 weeks. And I'm going to be honest with you. The first case, they didn't let us know till 2 weeks. Because we are, of course, people talk. We already knew. But 2 weeks later, they let us know, yeah, it wasn't confirmed. But then 2 days later, they had no choice. What's going on? Nah. 8:59? The water. They at least let us know 2 days after they let us know about the first case that was 2 weeks ago. They let us know 2 days later, hey, there was 2 more cases. We checking everybody, and the general manager Sanders so pissed off because he don't want to close the site. He don't care about our health. He don't care about none of that. He just, hey, y'all got to keep my business going because y'all making sure I'm getting paid. Right. That's what it's all about. It's about that money, man. It ain't got nothing to do with your quality of life. That's why they paying you $15, $17 an hour, and that's it. But you are what?
Essential.
You are essential, which means what?
Extremely necessary.
Extremely necessary. You're extremely necessary. You got the other part?
Absolutely necessary.
Absolutely necessary.
Extremely important.
Extremely important. So you're absolutely necessarily and extremely important, but you're only getting paid $15 to $17 an hour to come in there and risk your life while everybody else gets to quarantine.
Right.
Where everybody else gets to, try to. I haven't seen my site manager in 3 weeks. He hasn't been to work. I seen my area manager, he too low on the totem pole. He gotta come. But I ain't seen my site manager in 3 weeks. Why is that? Because he making sure his ass ain't getting that Rona.
Right.
He gonna make sure he okay, but he gonna make sure everybody else come to work.
Right.
Just like the general manager. We ain't seen him, but he gonna make sure that we come to that work though. Real quick, man, we're going to end it on this. Give me Deuteronomy 28:68. A lot of us are familiar with this verse. A lot of us, this verse is the reason that we even came into the truth.
That's right.
If you can get it for me, because you got it? Okay, throw out. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Uh-huh.
And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
And we know America is a carbon copy of Egypt. We know that we came to America on cargo slave ships. All of this is stuff that we already know. One day when I'm able to have a little bit more flexibility and freedom with the classes, because I'm still learning as an officer, I'm gonna lay that whole coming on the ship, and I'm gonna have illustrations, everything. I got a plan in mind. Right. Trust me when I tell you. But go ahead and start from the top.
And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He's gonna bring us into bondage, into Egyptos, into bondage again with ships. And that's exactly what ended up happening, man. The Most High is not like man. The Most High ain't gonna lie. Most High tells the truth about everything that comes out of the Most High's mouth.
Right.
Everything. And he said we was gonna go into Egypt again with ships, and it happened. Boy, did it happen. And it happened. It was such a damn tragedy that 99 million of us died on the way over here.
Right.
You understand? Like,
That's right.
It's nothing to play with, man. Just listen to the Most High. Again, 14 verses compared to verse 16 all the way to verse 68. I'm not trying to do the math on it. I'm not, but that's way more than this.
Right.
Yeah, it's up there. This compared to these many punishments, it's not worth it, man. Just as a nation, let's just do what he said do.
Right.
And that's the end of the class. I'm gonna stop it right there. It's the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander GEN.YAHANNA coming out of 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York. We're gonna finish up with these announcements, but everybody who tuned in, Shalom, Yahawadah, Machaataza, Yahawadah, Machaataza, Yahawadah, Machaataza. That's my time.